is your first French Quarter Fest, I think.
First time at the French Quarter, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Yeah, it's like our 4th or 5th time in New Orleans, but first time at this festival.
Where from?
We're from Minneapolis, way up the river, yeah. They got snow. And we're not there. You got rain here, but they got like 12 inches of snow, and
we were just in touch with our housemates, and they shoveled 12 inches of snow. So we weren't there.
Oh, we didn't shovel. We got caught in the warm rain here. It was great. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
So you said you've been to New Orleans 4 times so far?
Yeah, previously. Yeah.
During those 4 times, what is your fondest or your favorite memory of New Orleans?
Well, we previously taught a summer camp at Country Day Creative Arts, and we're teaching stilt walking and puppetry building, and the kids said, "Wow, we can walk stilts. Could you walk up a hill?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's no problem walking up a hill." "Could you walk up Monkey Hill?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And they're like, "No way! Monkey Hill, there's no way you can walk up stilts in Monkey Hill." And I was like, "That's a Monkey Hill challenge." So we got the kids to Monkey Hill, which I had no idea what Monkey Hill was. The highest point in New Orleans is Monkey Hill. And so for these kids to go up Monkey Hill on stilts was like amazing. And you're really flatlanders here. Monkey Hill is like a big deal. Like some people could broad jump over Monkey Hill, but these kids walking up stilts on Monkey Hill, they were like champions of the world. "I'm on the top of Monkey Hill!" It's beautiful. Anyway, it's a good memory. Yeah. Anyway.
Perfect. Do you have a different fond memory you'd like to share?
There are so many beautiful corners. Really interesting places in New Orleans to go. So we've been to a lot of the museums. I went to the History Museum the last time I was here. That's in the Quarter. Not the one in Jackson Square, but it's in, I don't even exactly know where, but at any rate, one of the security guards.
Security guard, yeah.
He and I talked for probably an hour, and he was telling me all about his personal experiences in New Orleans and going through Katrina, and he even showed me some extra stuff. It was just really kind, and I learned a lot. I think the history of New Orleans is amazing, and every time I start to learn, I'm like, what? Because it's just so unique. There's nowhere else in the United States or anywhere that's like it. It's one of a kind.
Yeah.
So
I was educated at that museum that we're from Minneapolis, and Minneapolis was a part of the Louisiana Purchase. Whereas St. Paul, where I was born on the other side of the river, that was not. So that'd be like Algiers to New Orleans, like different history. So St. Paul, you're part of the old world. Minneapolis, it's the new world.
The west side of the river.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our Minneapolis, New Orleans connection.
And actually, I'm born and raised in Minneapolis, and he's from the other side of the river,
so it'd be
St.
like
Paul.
the Algiers,
like the Twin Cities,
New Orleans marriages. Kind of rocky. Different culture. But we're here together. Anyway.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. The Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Algiers, New Orleans. One's kind of overpowering the other, I'm sure. But
the hip city, and then the kind of the square city where you maybe go visit your grandma.
St. Paul to Minneapolis is the saintly city to Sin City. Kind of, I don't know, Algiers, New Orleans, would you say the same thing? I don't know, I just don't know down here. But you'd have to decide for yourselves.
By the way, this is gold.
Yeah.
To let you know.
Yeah, thanks.
If you would use one word to describe the city as you experienced it, what word would that be, and why?
Complex. Yeah. Complex history, complex people. It's just, there's a lot of layers.
Okay, but I don't think that gets at the creativity of New Orleans. So, maybe something like luscious would be a better word. So there's so much art. There's a lot of places in the United States where there's a void of art. You don't know people that make their own music. You don't know people that make their own art in a lot of places. And here it's just all over the place. There's so much that's not corporate. It's just handmade or hand-built or hand-planned. played.
New Orleans
So-
is making it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of places. I mean, there's just so many rectangles out there in the United
Yeah.
States, you know, square corners with all the same chains. So this is really a precious place.
Yeah.
In May, we're going to be celebrating our tricentennial for 50
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And we're asking people like you how they envision New Orleans will change over the next 100 years.
Wow.
I'm an environmentalist, and you know, I come from the land of 10,000 lakes, upriver, and we're always talking about water issues there. And when I came to New Orleans and crossed Lake Pontchartrain, and you know, kind of got an idea of how much water there is down here, I just and actually, unfortunately, how polluted the water is. I just really, my hope and dream would be that the whole country could plan to clean up the Mississippi River and have and preserve the culture and the uniqueness of this area. It's just really precious. I feel like you know, I'm afraid of climate change and global warming, and I know that New Orleans would be affected. There's just, you know, statistically, or as water levels go. Now on the Minnesota end, we need to do a lot more. Even though the Mississippi River is quite pristine and beautiful and clean up there, by the time it leaves Minnesota, there's a lot of agricultural runoff, and we need to take responsibility for that. So, and that's all the way down the line, every single state. So we all need to be a lot more careful with the resources we have, so that in 100 years we can still be dancing and celebrating here in the streets and
Yeah.
in a cleaner city.